She was banging on the door like she wanted to break it down completely. "Open it, Daniel! I'm serious!" Her voice cracked, shaking through the hallway. I stood inside, holding the new keys in my hand, staring at the lock I had just changed. Because she had already said it to my face, "I'm done. Don't stop me." And I had only replied, "Okay." But before we start today's story, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm 28 years old. It all started just 3 nights ago. Emma and I had been together for almost 3 years. Not married, but living like we were already building a future. Same apartment, shared bills, shared dreams, or at least that's what I thought. That night, she came home late again. Too late. I was sitting in the living room when she walked in, avoiding eye contact, holding her phone tightly like it was part of her body. "Where were you?" I asked calmly. "Out," she said quickly. That one word, "out," became her favorite explanation lately. I noticed everything had changed in her. The way she smiled less, the way she hid her screen when I came near, the way she started sleeping facing away from me. I wasn't blind, but I was trying to trust her. At least I was until that night. 2 days later, she came home earlier than usual, and she didn't even sit down. She just stood in front of me like she had already made a final decision somewhere else. "I'm done," Emma said softly. I frowned. "Done with what?" "With us," she replied. The room went quiet. I laughed once, not because it was funny, but because it felt unreal. "You're joking." "I'm not," she said, her voice steady but empty. "Don't stop me, Daniel." That line hit differently, like she had rehearsed it, like she wanted me to fight, but also wanted me to fail. I looked at her for a long moment, and then I said it. "Okay," just that, one word. Her eyes flickered, like she didn't expect that answer. "Okay," she repeated. "Yes," I said quietly. "If that's what you want." For a second, she stood there frozen, like she lost control of the script she had written in her head. Then she grabbed her small suitcase from the corner of the room. "You'll regret this," she whispered. "No," I replied. "You will decide what you regret." That was the last thing I said to her before she walked out. No goodbye, no explanation. Just the sound of the door closing. That night, I didn't sleep, because something didn't feel like a breakup. It felt like a performance, like she wanted a reaction, and didn't get one. Around 3 a.m., I sat up and started thinking about everything. The late nights, the secret phone calls she took in the bathroom, the one time I saw a message preview, "I miss you. Meet me tomorrow." I never brought it up. I was scared of the answer, but now I needed to know. By morning, I made a decision. I called a locksmith. "I want everything changed," I said. "Front door, back door, today." He asked no questions. Within hours, my apartment no longer belonged to the version of life I had with her. Then I blocked her number. Every trace of Emma, gone. But instead of peace, I felt a strange pressure in my chest, like something unfinished was still standing outside my door. 2 days passed in silence. No calls, no messages, nothing. Then came the night everything broke again. Bang, bang, bang. I froze, then her voice. "Daniel, open the door." "Emma." I walked slowly toward it, but I didn't open. "Go away," I said. "I can't," she cried. "You don't understand." And then she slid something under the door. A folded paper. I didn't pick it up immediately, because I heard her breathing, shaking, panicking. "I didn't leave you because I wanted to," she said suddenly. "I left because I was trapped," I frowned. "Trapped by who?" I asked. Silence. Then she whispered something that made my stomach tighten. "My ex, Ian." That hit me like a slap. Ian. I had heard it once before, early in our relationship, when she said she had no contact with him anymore. But clearly, that was a lie. She continued crying. "He found me again. He never left me alone." My grip on the door tightened. "And the pregnancy?" I asked coldly. A long silence followed. Then she whispered, "It might not be yours." My head went blank. "What do you mean, might?" Her voice broke completely. I was confused. "I didn't know how to tell you. I don't even know who the father is." I stepped back from the door. Everything inside me collapsed into silence. But then a second voice appeared outside. Male, close. "Emma, enough. Let's go." My blood turned cold. She started crying harder. "He followed me here." Bang, bang, bang. The door shook. Not from her anymore. From him. And then she screamed, "Daniel, please. Don't open. Just listen. He's dangerous." The last thing I heard before everything went silent was his voice again. "Open the door, or I'll make her regret this." And I stood there, hands still on the lock I had just changed, realizing one thing. Emma didn't just come back to explain. She came back running from something I was now trapped inside. The door shook again, harder this time. "Open it, or I'll make her regret this." My hand was still on the lock, but I didn't move. Emma's voice broke through the other side, panicked and desperate. "Daniel, please don't open it. He's not normal." I stepped back slowly. Every instinct in my body was telling me that opening that door would change everything permanently. Then suddenly, silence, no banging, no voices, just heavy breathing outside. I leaned closer to the door. "Emma?" I called. No answer, and that's when I heard it. A soft thud, like something heavy hitting the floor. My heart dropped. I looked through the peephole. Empty hallway, no one, just Emma's bag lying sideways near the wall, and then, her phone ringing on the floor. I didn't open the door. I grabbed my phone instead and called Ryan. "Come over." "Now," I said. "Why?" "What happened? I think she's in danger." I didn't even wait for his reply. 10 minutes later, Ryan was at my apartment. I opened the door slightly and told him everything. His face changed immediately. "You should call the police," he said. "I don't know what's real anymore," I replied. We both stepped outside cautiously. The hallway was empty. No signs of Emma. No sign of any man. Just silence. Too clean, too intentional. Ryan picked up her phone from the ground. It's still warm. That's when I noticed something strange. The screen wasn't locked. A message was open from Ian. It said, "She's lying again. She always comes back to me." My stomach turned. Ryan looked at me. "This is getting dangerous, man." But something inside me didn't feel fear. It felt confusion. Because Emma had said he was stalking her. But this message sounded like they had a history I didn't understand. We went back inside. And that's when we saw it. A folded note on my kitchen table. I didn't recognize it at first. But when I opened it, my hands started shaking. It was Emma's handwriting. "I didn't tell you everything. I couldn't. I was scared you would hate me." I read the next line slowly. "Ian is not just my ex. He is the reason I met you." I looked at Ryan. "What does that even mean?" he whispered. I kept reading. "I didn't choose to come into your life, Daniel." He pushed me into it. My chest tightened, and then the final line. "If I disappear again, don't look for me." It means I finally got free. I dropped the paper. "This doesn't make sense," I said. Ryan looked serious now. "We need police involved." But before I could respond, my phone buzzed. Unknown number, one message. "I'm sorry, that's it. No name, no explanation, just those 2 words." And then, a photo came through. My blood froze. It was Emma, sitting in a car, crying. And behind her, someone in the driver's seat. But the face was blurred. And on the steering wheel, I recognized something. My apartment key. The same one I had changed 2 days ago. Ryan grabbed my arm. "This is him. This is Ian." But I wasn't sure anymore, because something about that photo didn't feel like a threat. It felt like control. Like someone had been watching me longer than I ever realized. And then another message came. "This was never about her leaving you." My heart stopped. Then the next line. "It was about you finally understanding who she really is." I stood there frozen. Ryan looked at me. "What does that mean?" I didn't answer. Because at that exact moment, I heard footsteps inside my apartment. Slow, calm, like someone already knew we were here. We turned around. The hallway behind us was empty, but my apartment door was slightly open again. And from inside, a voice whispered, "Daniel." It was Emma, but she wasn't supposed to be here. And that's when I realized this was never a breakup. It was a setup from the very beginning. And I had just walked straight into it. If this story touched you, please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow.